Like a dog in the street.
Purple Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
Okay, we got our guy Darren Doogie Wolfson in the house from the 5 Eyewitness News Sports Department.
Yes. Hello, boys.
Sports father
Happy
Judd.
Veterans Day to all the veterans who consume this conversation. Thank you for your service.
Amen. We got Dax, Phil here, and man, people are digging up tweets. There's a million things to get to here as we process a Vikings loss on Sunday, which I was watching on a Roku TV. Judd was in the stadium. I had the 65-inch. Actually, you know what? I was watching in my office, which would have been the 50-inch Roku TV. So many Roku TV options.
Wow.
But I had a moment of sports watching anxiety last night where I'm like, I don't want to throw like platforms under the bus, but I want to watch the football game, and the place that I would usually watch it, it doesn't have it right now. But then I have a subscription for another one, and Roku TV said, here, with our amazing homepage that has a recommendation section at the top. Here you go, Philip. This is where you can just click this, clickety-click, and you can watch one of 2 different sporting events that you might be interested in, the Timberwolves and football. And so whether it's sports viewing, movies, entertainment, the Roku TVs in the Mackey household are the things that bring us together after a day or after a week. And it's just better TV for everyone with Roku, America's #1 streaming platform. Go to Roku.com to learn more or shop at a retailer near you. Doogie, I'd love to gauge your level of panic or not here through the prism of this person, Derek, very mean-spirited person on Twitter, who dug up a tweet of mine from April 30th of 2024, which would I think have been like a day or two after the draft, the JJ McCarthy draft, in which I apparently said, maybe I was hacked, that I would give JJ McCarthy a better chance to be a top 10 quarterback than Drake May because of the circumstances and the infrastructure around those 2 quarterbacks. And so he has tagged Old Takes Exposed, trying to tattletale and get me in trouble for this. But what is your general level? Like, where do you stand with McCarthy through 4 games right now?
Well, first off, would you have said the same thing as we were standing there behind the end zone mid-August, joint practices, TCO Performance Center, Vikings Patriots, you and I right next to each other, Drake May touchdown pass. It was a no look. That pass in that moment, Phil, we looked at each other and said, okay, now we completely get it on Drake May, who the Vikings had a very, very healthy opinion of. Elliott Wolf just wasn't moving off the number 3 pick pre-2024 draft. On JJ McCarthy, I remain bullish, but I get what the evidence suggests. Like, we can look at all those 2024 quarterbacks, those top-tier guys, Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams. And, hey, they've had their hiccups. But I'm pretty sure, like, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I'm not sure. Now, you can offer resistance on this, but I'm not sure any of those 4 have had a 4-game stretch like this bad. And so I get it. There's not a whole lot I can stand on when it comes to me being bullish on the future of JJ McCarthy. I thought after that first drive, I thought even the 3rd and 6th throw to Jefferson, I thought that was great. The 62-yard pass to Naylor, I thought he was in line to have a really good day on Sunday. So stupid me after the Vikings were up 7-0. I thought early in the Detroit game, I thought the touchdown pass to Hockenson in particular. Like, there are moments where I'm like, okay, there it is. But the overall body of work, and I get it, it's his first 4 games, but the overall body of work, I mean, I don't know if we were doing letter grades, D minus. Like, I'm not sure it's much above that, right? So, I mean, let's just call it the way it is. So, it's been a borderline failure through 4, but I also think the play caller, the coaching staff can do more to help said quarterback. But clearly the quarterback has a long way to go.
He does. Now, it's interesting that what you just brought up in those first 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, I know Sunday it's a fact, was within the scripted plays. And if you look at JJ McCarthy within the scripted plays to open games or even halves, assuming Exactly. So how do we harness some of that? Like I feel like, and this is not inconsistent with my previous takes on this. I feel like it or not, McCarthy and O'Connell are married, tied together. JJ McCarthy is not going to just be successful by himself, and Kevin O'Connell is his mentor. He's his guy. He's the guy calling plays for him. So I look at those first two games and the start and the opening drives, and it's like, oh man, this is working well. Brilliant's the correct word. So how do we right now? So forget 2027 or something. How do we harness that? How do we get that? I'm not saying it's going to be as good as those first two drives, but somewhere between some of what we saw on Sunday and what we saw the opening drive in Detroit and then against Baltimore, there's a happy medium. There's a land there where we can all be happy and drink milk and eat honey. Where do we get to that place?
I don't drink any of those things.
It's a
Honey's
great
milk and
question.
Honey's
God.
very good for you. Yeah.
God, I mean, I'm trying to think of like Brock Purdy early with Kyle Shanahan, just simplifying things. And I get it. That's an overarching statement. What exactly does that mean when you say simplify things? I'm glad Mark Craig wrote about it today in the Minnesota Star Tribune. I had a conversation with TJ Hawkinson in the locker room post-game Sunday. He's been open. It, to me, is comparable to Jalen Naylor earlier in the year. I mean, Jalen is going to get paid in March as a number 2 receiver. Yep. He was open a number of times earlier in the year. The ball just never went his way. Now he's starting to get a few more targets. TJ Hawkinson has been open. And, hey, I get it. Probably has lost a step, right? Making absurd money. No way he's making that money he's on the hook for next year. If he's a Viking next year, he's redone his deal. I get all of that. But to me, he's still a pretty darn capable tight end. The fact that he wasn't targeted until the fourth quarter. 8 targets the last 3 games. Give me a break. TJ Hawkinson deserves more. And I get it. He's being asked to block more, this, that. You need to throw TJ Hawkinson the ball more. There have to be some simple routes that the ball can go to TJ Hawkinson. Just simplify things. I'd like to think that can happen, right? Marry what JJ is capable of doing right now with, I get it, your desire to open things up, but it can't be opened way up right now. And I get it, trying to thread that needle, that happy medium, but KOC needs to come off that ledge to some extent to make things easier for JJ McCarthy.
So we're full disclosure. We are recording this episode as the State of the Vikings episode is being posted right now. So Doogie did not get a chance to consume yet the State of the Vikings episode. So I am safe to bring this trend up to him and surprise him because I don't think you know this. I haven't tweeted this yet. This is all from the Scornor Statistical Research Department early this morning. The Vikings with JJ McCarthy as quarterback have faced 22 situations of 3rd and short or 4th and short, 3 yards or less. 22 of those, okay? There was a fumbled snap, we're throwing that out for a second, and then a defensive offside. So the other 20 plays, they've called 14 passes on those plays. How many completions would you guess the Vikings have, JJ McCarthy? 14 called pass plays in those 3rd and 4th or short situations.
All right, so we're talking completions to his own players, not the interception.
He does have 2 completions to the wrong player. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
on his team, I don't know the answer. I mean, I know it's a low number.
Hold up one hand in the shape of an O.
Yeah, okay.
0.
Yeah,
so
I thought maybe it was 1 or 2, but okay.
Now that's on the quarterback in part because, you're a quarterback. Yeah, complete a pass. But how much of that, too, is on the play calling of all right, this doesn't work. Why do it 5 times again against the Ravens after doing it 4 times against the Lions? I think it's kind of a pie chart that includes both Kevin O'Connell and JJ McCarthy.
Well, I mean, why trade for Jordan Mason? Why reward Jordan Mason with a nice contract? And I get it. There's a tell. If Jordan Mason's in the game, okay, in all likelihood, in that situation, he's getting the ball. But what about that physicality that we saw in Detroit show up a bit more? I was okay 3rd and 1, and I get it. I guess KOC in his mind was okay, we can throw it here on 3rd and 1 because we have fourth down. We're absolutely going for it on fourth down. I trust him. I think they would have gone for it on fourth down, but I would have been open-minded to running it on 3rd and 1. If you don't get it, then maybe going to the pass actually on 4th and 1, where they're thinking absolutely that is a run situation. I just think there was too much risk in that moment, right? Whether a sack or it turns out an interception. Like, to me, just in that moment, you needed to keep the chains moving. Like, I don't think that's much of a second guess. Like, in the moment, I mean, I turned to TV colleague Chris Long, like, what are they doing? Like, you need to run here. It was obvious. Just run the ball on 3rd and 1. And so, yeah. Yes, Phil. There's the evidence, right? We get it. KOC, pass first. Play caller. I understand that. It's a pass first offense. I understand that. But, yeah, you have to help him out. And I thought Aaron Jones on Sunday, I mean, I thought there was some pretty good juice there. I mean, I had a nice conversation with him in the locker room post-game. Absolutely. Said his shoulder was feeling great. Like, it begged for more touches for Aaron on Sunday. What did he end up with? 9 carries, 3 catches, so 12 touches. I thought he should have had more touches.
Yeah.
On Sunday. I don't think that's, hey, easy second guess, easy a couple days later to slam the play calling and all that. I just think in the moment, Aaron Jones, it was begging for him to touch the ball more on Sunday.
Hey, Dukes, Phil brought this up in the immediate aftermath on Vent Line, and it's been talked about quite a bit. Do we know if there was anything in particular wrong with Justin Jefferson on Sunday? Because, and Seifert did ask O'Connell about it, there was a lack of juice there. Like, you don't often see Jefferson play what I would call an uninspired looking game, but that was that. And he didn't have a great day, and he was overthrown a few times, so it's not all on him. But do we know if there was a circumstance that has, from behind the scenes, that might have caused that, like being sick or something?
No. I mean, I was right next to him after the game on Sunday in the locker room.
Well, hopefully you're not sick now too. Then
if you get sick,
fine.
It'll help. Because we'll be like,
yeah,
literally.
Sick.
I mean, I was right there, right? I mean, in his presence, asking him
that'd be a great scoop.
For
I have the flu.
Minutes. No. I mean, he was healthy. He is healthy as far as I know here. 48 hours later, or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Right now, the one interception. I mean, to me, he knew down by contact. Like, why waste your energy right there? I get it. It's a talker. The body language wasn't great. I still give him the benefit of the doubt. We haven't seen it very often.
Oh, I agree.
So I'd like to think that was more, the mirage. This isn't any sort of trend. I mean, of all the issues this team has, Justin Jefferson's effort/body language, it's not a thing for me.
Yeah. It was definitely a weird day for him in a lot of different ways. By the way, on the Aaron Jones front, there was a case to be made there, and we were making it on the show that he's hurt, he's old. Jordan Mason's got some juice, but Aaron Jones can still play, man. They're a better running team yards per attempt than they were a year ago, and but they're like bottom 3 in attempts so far. So I'm really curious to see where this goes in terms of just the pass rush load. I don't think you should be afraid to put a lot more on Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason going forward.
Oh, I agree. And
we'll see.
Like I said it in this space, I don't know if it was May, June, July, August, preseason, that if you look at KOC rushing attempts 22, 23, 24, when we look at it at the end of 25, it'll trump 22, 23, 24. Well, I don't know where that is right now, but if you're mentioning their bottom 3, you said, Phil?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's not trending that way. So I'm going to end up being wrong on that prediction. That, okay, you make the move for Mason. You take care of Aaron Jones contractually. Like, I thought, okay, and you add Will Fries and Ryan Kelly and draft Donovan Jackson. Okay. All right. We are going to see them run the ball a bit more. No, I was painfully mistaken. Yeah. But I'm with you, Phil. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Right now, one could argue, like, you look at Sunday against the Bears aren't getting home with their pass rush. They're bottom 4, bottom 5 in the league in pass rush rate, right? So I don't know, as you're analyzing and formulating a game plan, today, the big game plan formulation day. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is the way to attack the Bears actually through the air, not on the ground? So will we see more of what we saw on Sunday, this upcoming Sunday against Chicago?
Is that the best approach, though? So here,
No,
here's,
it's not. No, but I'm just saying. I mean, as you're analyzing it, I mean, the Bears
I hear
don't
you.
get
I hear
home,
you.
so
I hear
you
you.
figure, there's going to be time for JJ to throw the ball. So, I mean, I don't anticipate a ton of runs on Sunday. I wish, but I'm not.
I would like to see, in fact, the crack Purple Daily Score North research team could get on this. I would love to see beyond play calling, because that's a hot button point. But I would love to see a breakdown of personnel groupings offensively as well. Like compare, like how does O'Connell compare? Like just go through the McVay tree. Like there would be it's 2025. So what was done in 2019 is passe. Like everyone knows that. But it seems to me that there would be opportunities, personnel grouping. Dex brought up the great point about McVay now regularly employing 3 tight ends to throw teams off. I would say, and this might sound crazy, I would say there would be opportunities to use CJ Ham. The Eagles brilliantly used a fullback. And guess what? That guy bulldozes guys. You can run the ball A gap. You can get I would love to see what O'Connell's doing.
Ask me a personnel grouping question. I found a website. Like, are you curious about like what they're running? Like 11
and the
versus
consistency.
12?
Yeah, and the consistency of that.
I mean, certainly running 2 tight ends a good amount, but yeah, I'm with you. Like even Richard had the fullback dive for a first down for the Ravens on Sunday, right?
Gorgeous.
CJ Ham is capable. I would have been okay with him getting the ball in that 3rd and 1.
Okay, this is from SumerSports.com. Our old friend Eric Eager was helping to build this for a couple years, which launched him into a high-level Carolina Panthers front office role. But so the Vikings run. This is the same as it's been mostly for Kevin O'Connell's career. They run mostly 11 personnel, which is the first one running back, 1 tight end, and then the math from 5 is 3 receivers left on the field at a 72% rate, and then basically for the other, almost the whole rest of the pie, it's 12 personnel where they put 2 tight ends on the field. And I need to dig deeper on this, but apparently they have one of the worst expected points added rankings out of 11 personnel in the league. They rank 31st in EPA out of 11 personnel. I'm going to double check on this, but that would tell. I mean, Declan was a foreshadower on yesterday's show, which is maybe you should change your personnel groupings a little bit and go a little heavier once in a while.
Well,
that's
and that
pretty
means
wild.
Run the ball more, but like Jefferson and Addison were targeted 23 times on Sunday. Combined had 7 catches. So I mean, think about that. Targeted 23 times with only 7 catches. So
you can. By the way, in this sport, you can.
I mean, I still think you can have success with Jefferson and Addison on the field.
But Doogie, you can telegraph the run. That's the thing is, it's not like if you can run the football effectively, it's not like, well, I was really surprised to see the run there. The element of surprise is great once in a while, but if you go heavy or you go with a fullback, you can telegraph it all day long. If they can't stop you, you can just keep doing it. So that's the thing is, you don't have to be cute. The pass is sort of cute, but the run, when the Eagles had Ricard out there, right, and he threw a couple of gorgeous blocks, nobody was like, well, you know what I really think they're going to do? Pass them all. Mm-hmm. I think for Baltimore, it's like, okay, they're going to run, and they did run effectively.
Now, just to play devil's advocate, just to take the other side.
Sure.
No Josh Oliver the last couple weeks. How did that impact some of the play calling, particularly against Baltimore? Thankfully, he's trending in the right direction, as we've alluded to for a couple weeks. He didn't need to go on short-term IR. This was going to be like a 2 to 3 week type injury, trending toward Josh Oliver being back against the Bears. But if he's in there, does that change things?
It does. Yeah, they are. I mean, here I'll put it as simply as this. According to the analytics here, SumerSports.com, when the Vikings run 11 personnel, which is 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers, they are one of the worst offenses in the league. When they run 12 personnel, which would be usually Hawkinson and Oliver, or pick your 2 tight ends, they are the 11th best offense in the league compared to all of the other 12 personnel offenses, I should say. So, I mean, listen, we're just 4 idiots on a podcast here, so
speak for yourself.
Take our advice for what it's worth. But it kind of feels like Kevin O'Connell, I run 11 personnel. This is what I do. And damn it, you're going to make it work again, right?
By the way, did you hear Scooby barking in the background? He took very, very large exception to calling us idiots.
It's Five Guys, though. It's Five Guys.
Well, Sonny, too, but he's the smartest one of all of us,
he's not-
probably.
Yeah,
not
yes,
an
he
idiot.
is. That's true.
Didn't somebody call you a fat idiot on social media yesterday?
Actually, you know what, Doogie, I'm glad you brought this up because someone called the three of us, me, Judd, and Declan, fat idiots.
Declan?
And
I need to gain
two
weight.
things happened. People jumped in. They're like, well, Declan doesn't belong in that. I mean, that part of the insult.
yeah,
Declan
I would
doesn't.
agree.
But then someone responded and said, Doogie would have been on this tweet if not for Awaken 180. And I'm dead serious.
Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely, Phil. Yes. I am trending in the right direction, continuing to trend in the right direction. By the way, I get an email this morning, my personal email, to sign up for a membership to AARP.
Oh, jeez.
Like, with all due respect to sports grandpa, Judd Zolgad, I am not anywhere near 50 years old. I still have many years to go, at least a few years to go. I'm feeling really good here at 45 years old because of Awaken 180, Awaken 180 Weight Loss. The website is awaken180weightloss.com. Now down over 20 pounds. This plan works. You eat to lose weight. There's no calorie counting. There's no medication necessary. Exercise also not necessary. There's no guesswork. It's beautiful. My coach, Patrick, lays out my plan on a daily basis. I follow said plan. And I began in early September, now here in mid-November. It is working. I am eating and I'm losing weight, down over 20 pounds. The extra notch on the belt buckle feels good. Wearing some pants I haven't worn in a while feels good. Having people throw me compliments like that, Phil, on X, that feels good hearing about that, right? So I'm all in on Awaken 180 Weight Loss, awaken180weightloss.com. Schedule your free consultation. Go to the website, awaken180weightloss.com. Hey, if it works for me, I promise it can work for you. The phone number, 1-844. If you're better with the phone as opposed to the website, 1-844-346-1800. 1-844-346-1800. Or again, the website, awaken180weightloss.com.
Okay, injuries and also kind of a free agency, but medical visit. Asante Samuel Jr. was in town last week. Jonathan Grenard had a shoulder dangling. So let's go down some of the newsy items here on the checklist, Dukes.
Yeah, so on Grenard, was chatting with Andrew Van Ginkel post-game Sunday. Grenard, his locker right next to Van Ginkel, able to put on his shirt over his head okay, was in a pretty good spot, just gabbing, didn't do anything on the record, but seemed like he was in a pretty good spot. I know how tough Jonathan Grenard is. KOC alluding on Monday to the idea that there is a chance that Grenard will be able to go against the Bears. If he doesn't play against Chicago, it's a short-term setback. They avoided anything long-term, but I can just tell you in the immediacy of the postgame on Sunday, he was in a pretty good spot. Josh Oliver trending toward a return on Sunday against Chicago after missing 2 games. Nice to have CJ Ham back. He came out of the game okay. Special teams, only 10, 11, 12 snaps on offense, but maybe that snap count on offense can eventually go up. And so those are pretty much the injuries to keep an eye on. Ryan Kelly, that practice window may open as soon as tomorrow. Saw him walking in the hallways at TCO Performance Center on Monday. He's in a pretty good spot. It's what we talked about a few weeks ago. Yes, just, from a human standpoint, with his concussion history, yeah, I would get it if he said, hey, I can't do this anymore, but he's all in on coming back. Those who know infinitely more than I do, the medical people are clearing him to eventually return. So he stayed at the team hotel on Saturday night. So he went through kind of the normal Sunday game routine, not warm-ups and all that, but just kind of getting back into the spirit of things, staying at the team hotel the night before a game. So at some point here now, it might still be 3-4 weeks from now, but the idea is Ryan Kelly is going to return at center. Although I still think Blake Brandel has been fine. I know his PFF grade from Sunday wasn't great, but all things considered, the fact that he's now played 4 positions for the Vikings, I commend Blake in many ways. Now, the visit you're touching on is Asante Samuel Jr., and what it was told to me on Sunday by somebody with the team was, quote, "It went well." I wish I could tell you more. It went well. Now he's continuing his free agency tour this week. The Bears, the Niners, lastly, the Pittsburgh Steelers tomorrow, then a decision soon thereafter. Remember, there's a history, spinal fusion surgery, like super major surgery. Well, it was the Steelers team doctor who did the surgery. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Steelers, we had to make a betting favorite in the Asante Samuel Jr. sweepstakes, if the Steelers would be that. But as far as I know, the visit last Friday, went well with Asante Samuel Jr.
Hey, Dukes, in sniffing around for some scoops in the locker room, just checking out with people on or off the record, did anyone have a good, plausible theory in the past? Well, I guess yesterday as well, about 8 false starts. I know that Jones talked about the fact that the Ravens were trying to make dummy calls on the Vikings, and that basically got shot down. John Harbaugh shot that down too, not surprising. But did anyone have a good working theory? Because I believe they had 0 in the first quarter and as many as 4 in the fourth, and they're playing at home. So I'm just curious because O'Connell at the microphone at the press conference seemed pretty lost as to at least what he was saying publicly as to why it happened. And I mean, if you go back and look, that took a lot of 1st and 10s to 1st and 15s. It was inexcusable. So did you get any explanation as to what might have gone wrong there?
Yeah, 5 of the 8 were on 1st and 10. And of those 5, at least a few are after pretty sizable plays. Yeah. And so if you're a believer in momentum halted with those false starts. I mean, 2 or 3? Brian O'Neill, 1 Darisaw,
3 O'Neill,
1 Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, you have superstars that you trust. I mean, there's certainly something to be said about the cadence. I will tell you, JJ McCarthy's cadence, I will tell you, I did not hear post-game Sunday. Yeah, and end up talking to a few guys, when the camera goes off. So more on background and or off the record, but more so on background. I didn't hear anybody agreeing with the Aaron Jones take. And so, I think some credit goes to Baltimore just pre-snap, what their front was doing, some of the movement with their front, but certainly the cadence and just getting used to JJ McCarthy's cadence, that's part of it. But like if we dissect all 8, Judd, I think there's different reasons for all 8. Like I don't think there's a common theme on 6 of the 8 or 7 of the 8. But I do think there's something to be said about just the overall McCarthy cadence. But I will dig further on that. I mean, when a home team hasn't done such a thing in 16 years, 2009? I mean, it's worth a deeper dive. So I will continue to pursue some information on that front. But just Sunday in the locker room, I didn't get the sense that there was exactly one thing you could pinpoint. That's exactly why there were 8 false starts.
Yeah. Darren Doogie Wolfson, everyone, from the 5 Eyewitness News sports department, and no longer being insulted on Twitter for being fat.
I love it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Phil. And hey, Judd, I love it. You're calling for a play caller change. There's a better chance you win Powerball this week. Now, we can have a larger discussion about whether it should happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, 0 chance Kevin O'Connell is giving up his play calling duties.
100%. I went in knowing that, but I'll still stick to my guns, Darren, because that's who Sports Dad is.
No, that's fine. Absolutely. No. I wanted to lay that out. There's no chance it's happening.
No, sure.
Love it, Dukes. All right, man. We'll see you in a couple days.
Boys.
Darren Doogie Wilson from the 5 Eyewitness
you.
News sports department. And this is Purple Daily, where we just want the Vikings to run some 12 personnel, maybe 13 if they're feeling frisky.
Woo-hoo!